We're joined by Claudia Miro, who is the Director of Business Development and Public Affairs for Freebee. Claudia, thank you for joining us here on Touring the Gables and this great new Tesla of yours.
Thank you for having us.
So, tell us about Freebee. I know we see it in downtown Coral Gables. We see the gem cars driving around, taking people from here to there. How did this start, and when did it start in Coral Gables?
Well, in Coral Gables, we've been around for 5 years, servicing the area. It started with the Streetscape project. You know, there was a lot of construction on Miracle Mile and on Ponce de Leon with the Giralda project. And so people needed to get to the local businesses. So Freebee came in, and it was an immediate transit solution to help get people to the front doors of those businesses without having to have the need for parking.
Right. And what area does Freebee go to in Coral Gables?
So we're mostly in downtown Coral Gables, up and down Ponce, and actually Ponce we go all the way out to the train station past Merrick Park, but mainly it's the downtown corridor on Ponce and on Miracle Mile.
And how is the program funded?
The program is funded through the City of Coral Gables. When it started out, it was also partially funded 50% by an FDOT grant called the Public Transit Service Development Program grant. And actually, a lot of cities take advantage of that grant because it allows the cities to try out the service. And, you know, in the 3 years that it funds the program, 50% allows them to find funding to continue the service if they find that it works for them.
I notice you use gem cars. In some areas you're using Teslas as well. Sustainability is important, I guess, for Freebee. Can you tell us about the selection of the vehicles and sustainability?
Yeah, so one of the things about Freebee is that it's highly customizable. We understand that every city has a different look, has a different feel, and has different transportation goals. So that's why they have the option of choosing the kind of vehicle that they want. When we started off, we were using the GEM vehicles. They're low-speed vehicles. They look like elongated golf carts. And so those vehicles are low speed. They can go maximum 25 miles an hour, and they're really meant to go on the streets, the little streets behind, not on main roads, obviously because of the speed limit. And that's really worked very well in a lot of the communities. But now we've implemented the Tesla vehicles. It's the Tesla Model X with the Falcon doors that open upwards. Really makes it easy for a lot of our riders, especially our senior riders, to get in and out of the vehicle with ease. And even though it looks like a car, it's more like the SUV version of the Tesla because it seats 6 people plus the driver. It's a very comfortable ride. It's an air-conditioned ride versus the GEM vehicle, which here in South Florida our riders really appreciate, and also has the ability to travel 10 miles faster, 35, 40 miles per hour faster, which really does help with the wait times and getting people to where they need to go. I think another one of the things that is helpful is that our drivers are trained to help the passengers. If, for instance, there's any of them that have an ADA requirements, ADA needs, we can help with that. Certainly, they're also authorized to stop the vehicle and help passengers with their groceries to the front door of their home, the front door of their building, not up the stairs and up the elevator, but at least to the front, right?
They don't put them in the cabinets for you?
Not yet.
Right.
So that's also something that's beneficial, and a lot of our our riders have really come to appreciate the level of service. And again, if you're a Freebee rider, you're going to get to know your drivers.
Right.
They're all the same drivers in the same area. You get to know their name, they get to know your name, and it really just creates that sense of community. And that's what Freebee is doing.
Will we be seeing the Teslas here in Coral Gables?
Well, we're hoping for that. The city we're currently in conversations with the city to certainly have that option available to them to upgrade to the Tesla. And I say upgrade because the Tesla will allow us to expand the service area. Currently, like I said, we're in the downtown area, and we have a lot of our passengers, a lot of riders ask us, you know, oh, why don't you come to my neighborhood? So they want us to expand. And that is one of the things that if we can include some of those key points of interest that our Gables residents want to go to, and actually key points of interest that are known to have limited parking spots, like for instance, Venetian Pool, like the new Coral Gables Country Club, the Biltmore Hotel, so many different points of interest that would really benefit the community in getting there and saying, hey, I can go to these local places and not have to get in my car, not have
Right.
to worry about paying for parking or finding parking. We understand that if you take a freebie, you're going to keep those dollars local. You're going to stimulate the local economy. And that's what, we aim to do, is work with the local businesses.
Many residents have been asking, is door-to-door service something that could be offered? Because one of the biggest issues here in Coral Gables is parking in downtown is extremely limited. And I think, like you're saying, a lot of people are hopping in their cars. They're not going to downtown Coral Gables. They're going out to Doral. They're going out to Key Biscayne. They're going to different places where it might be easier to find parking. Offering this service to the residential neighborhoods might be something that will help people frequent downtown Coral Gables a little bit more. I speak from personal experience. The last couple of weekends, trying to find parking in downtown Coral Gables has been a 20 to 30 minute ordeal, whereas if I was picked up at my house, I was dropped off at the restaurant, taken back home, it would definitely be a lot easier.
Right. Well, Ariel, I am a 18-year Coral Gables resident myself, so I have found that's true with the parking situation. And even if you park in the parking garage, we know that the parking garages are now going to be renovated. There's going to be new parking garages. So that's going to add to the frustration of finding parking in downtown. But when you do find parking, the spaces are so narrow that you're worried that somebody's going to ding your door or something's going to happen, right? And you still have to walk to the establishment that you're going to visit. I mean, on Friday night, if we're going to go have dinner, you have to walk 3 blocks to get to dinner, and the humidity, us ladies, our hair, gets messed up, or some of those sudden rain showers that we get in Florida that just come for 5 minutes and they disappear. So really, Freebie has that high value point where, hey, to get you door to door is something that folks are asking. And in reality, once you had other rideshare companies break into the market years ago, I think that the public, that's the bar has been raised, and that's the level of service that they want, is that door-to-door service that we're able to offer them with Freebie.
For those people who have never used Freebie, how does one use Freebie? How does one request a Freebie?
So it's super easy. Open the app, just request a ride by just pressing a button. You drop a pin in your location, and then once you drop the pin, you select where you want to go. Now you can either put in the name of where you want to go, like Publix, or actually put in the address of the Publix that you want to go, or select from our destination section where we have the profiles of the local businesses. And once you select your ride, you are connected to a driver. Once you're connected to that driver, you can communicate with that driver in real time. They'll tell you if there's 1 or 2 rides ahead of you, how many minutes away they are. They can communicate with you. They'll tell you a ride has been dropped off ahead of you. And so that real-time communication, and you can track them on the map and see where they are. And so the wonderful thing about that is, even if they tell you, look, you have to wait 15 minutes before you're picked up, you're waiting inside your home with your AC, or inside the place of business, or the point of the place of business that you're requesting your ride from. So you're not out exposed to the heat. It's not like standing at a bus stop or a trolley stop. It's a more comfortable wait. And then, the wonderful thing about it is that if you need anything on that app, you can say, I need a wheelchair, I need a booster chair, I need a car seat. The app gives you the option to do that. And again, while you're in there, you can say, hey, let's see what's going on in Coral Gables. What are some of the cool places I can go eat? Where are some of the places I can go shop? And those are things that are very exciting for us.
Traffic in Coral Gables is also something that a lot of people are concerned about. Freebie definitely does help with traffic.
That's right. We're a piece of the puzzle, Ariel. And one of the things that we do is that we help take cars off the road and really reduce that traffic congestion. Reduce the single occupancy vehicles off the road. And, looking at it from a sustainability standpoint, we have served over 350 passengers in Coral Gables in the last 5 years that we've been here.
Wow.
We have taken over 200,000 cars off the road, and most importantly, we have prevented over 60 tons of carbon emissions.
That's impressive.
Here in Coral Gables. And those are important numbers because, we want to be in a place that obviously is a city beautiful, but it's also, the air is beautiful to breathe in as well.
Claudia, thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching, and tune in next time for another Touring the Gables on Gables Insider.